Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you my bookshelf, and when I got the bookshelf a couple months ago, I think it was a couple months ago, maybe even a year ago, but kind of got it and didn't realize that it was kind of for like DVDs and CDs and books, so I've kind of ran out of space. So I have some over here. I have CDs and then 2 rows of books, and then more CDs, and then DVDs, and then ignore the rest of my bed. I have books down there, and then I didn't have any. Then up top are some stuffed animals and yearbooks, but I ran out of space, so I thought maybe I'd have my dad make me something along the lines of like a shelf or something. So that's what I was thinking. But let's get on to
Okay,
the
so on top of
books.
my bookshelf, I just have some CDs that don't have homes and little old home videos and some stuffed animals. And my Justin Bieber 3D glasses. And then over here I have the 1st, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th Harry Potter book. Justin Bieber, My First Step to Forever, My Story. New Moon, Official Illustrated Movie Companion. And then 2 Celebration of Poets books. Then my CDs are on the first row along with some nail polishes. And then this is the first row. I filled up this row yesterday. It's kind of sad, but yeah. I'm going to go backwards kind of. It's the Justin Bieber fame thing. And then this is the recent Pretty Little Liars book, Twisted. And then the one before that, Wanted, Heartless, Killer, Wicked, Unbelievable, Perfect, and then I'm supposed to have, there was one that I was missing, I thought. Yeah, I'm missing one of them. And the Pretty Little Liars. Which one am I missing? I'm pretty sure it's the second one. Yeah, Flawless. My friend borrowed it and never returned it, which really irks me. I'm just going to leave that out. And then The Lion Game. And the Pretty Little Liars series is by Sarah Shepard. And The Lion Game is 2. And then the second one in The Lion Game, Never Have I Ever, which I haven't read that one yet. And then The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. And then Sarah Dessen, and I've got these mixed up. Someone Like You, Dreamland, and then If I Stay by Gail Forman, and I have Where She Went on my Kindle, but I haven't read it yet, and Beastly. I haven't finished that one. I kind of gave up. And then Steve and Me, which I really want to read that one. I love my mom. This one's by Terry Irwin, and then Beastly's by Alex Flynn. The Last Song, Nicholas Sparks, which should be over there. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. Twilight, the graphic novel, Volume 1. I don't know where the cover is for that. And then Heaven is for Real. So that's my first row. And then let's move on. I have The Dark Secrets #1 by Elizabeth Chandler. I have Ringer by Jerry Spinelli. I have Maniac McGee by Jerry Spinelli too. I have Out of the Dust by Karen Hensey, I don't know. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, John something. And then Something Upstairs by somebody. I'm not good with names. Number the Stars by Lewis Lowry. And Forged by Fire by Sharon M. Draper. And the story about The Ringer, the ones that I said, these right here, these are all the books I've had to read between 5th grade and 8th grade, and I can't remember. I had to read Forged by Fire and something else, but I don't remember what else. I had to read Ringer, Maniac McGee, Out of the Dust, and Number the Stars in 5th grade. And then over the summer I had to read The Boy in the Striped Pajamas and Something Upstairs for 7th grade, and then Forged by Fire
and another book. Can't remember which one. But anyways, here are my other Nicholas Sparks books, and this is True Believer, The Choice, Message in a Bottle, The Wedding, Dear John, and The Last Song. And I have 2 copies of The Last Song because I'm weird like that. But that's all my books over here. And the notebook, this one, I think this is the one. This one was signed. My friend got it for me for Christmas, which I really appreciate that. And then, yeah, now we're going to go over there for the other books. Now this set's really going to be really hard to do because they're really awkwardly shaped, so I'm probably just going to grab them and show you. So, our Twilight, I read that in like 5th, 6th grade. And then New Moon, and that's how far I quit, and I didn't read the rest of the series. Then I have Alice Adventures in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. And then, let's see. Oh, I have the series of Unfortunate Events, all of the books, by Lemony Snicket. These are the books that like I used to read, and they're kind of like outdated. But this is Among the Imposters. I read this in 4th grade. Our teacher actually got it for us. We read the first one called Among the Hidden. This is the second one in the series. Okay, and then My America After the Rain, Virginia Civil War Diary, Book 2 by Mary Pope Osborne. And this is the first one, My America, My Brother's Keeper, Virginia Civil War Diary. And then Bridges to Terabithia by Catherine Patterson. Nim's Island by Wendy Orr. My aunt got me that one. The Education of the Little Tree, Forrest Carter. I didn't even know I had that. Interesting. Okay. And then, Itchy Head, okay. I have Shark Girl by Kelly Bingham, which I really need to read that again. I have My Sister's Keeper by Jodi, don't know how to say her name, The Cult, I guess. Then I have The Lovely Bones by Alice Selbold. I love that movie and book. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I do that a lot. Okay, Under the Worn-Torn Sky by L.M. Eliot. And I actually met this author. And I got the second book, which I don't know where it's at, and I got the second book signed last year at school. I've got Hold Still by Nina LeCure. I don't know. Living God's Dream for You, Julie Clinton. And then, when I went through my American Girl phase, The Very Funny Elizabeth, I have that doll. And then Meet Felicity, I have that one. And Meet Kit, I have that doll. And my camera's dying, so try to get through these. The Tale of Dexperia, something like that. I had to read that in 5th grade. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, first one, and then that one's by Jeff Kinney. Diary of a Wimpy Kid by, or Rodnick Rules by Jeff Kinney. Then I have another copy of the notebook before the other one. I got the other one for Christmas. And then Deep and Dark and Dangerous, Mary Downing Hahn, I guess. Judy Moody Saves the World by Megan McDonald. Chicken Soup for a Teenage Soul. Chicken Soup for a Teenage Soul, Real Life Stories by Teens. And this one was the Real Deal Challenges. And then the last part of my books. Chicken Soup for a Girl's Soul. So Be It by Sarah Weeks. The Shear of the Shadows by AVI, which is the same author of Something Upstairs. And The Bailey City Monsters by Marcia Thornton Jones and Debbie Dady, which this book used to be one of my favorite books. I've read it probably 5 times. But yeah, those are all my books, and hopefully I'll have a better shelf soon. And I'm doing a 50 book challenge with 2 of my friends, hopefully. And I will link my Goodreads below, and you guys should check that out because that's where I'm going to be keeping track with all of that. And I'll probably post some videos about 50 book challenge, so look forward to that. And hope you guys subscribe, and yeah, bye.